guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm showing you how to make this card. So I'm taking a KRAFT card base. This is a 6x4 inch card. And then I'm taking the Fall Friends by My Favorite Things with the coordinating dies. So the Dice to Die For had this on offer and it was just short of £30 for the both. So I couldn't pass up the opportunity. And I also bought the KRAFT My Favorite Things ink. I've never bought a My Favorite Things ink before, but I did. And I actually have to say I kind of like it. So I'm just stamping out my images that I want with my TUXEDO black ink, and then we're going to color these in. So all the colors I use will be linked in my description. I'll insert some music and speed it up. And I'll also insert a time frame if you're not too interested in the coloring. But I hope people do stick around for the coloring because I do speed it up quite a lot, so it's not like you have to sit there for quite a while. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys in a second. Once I've done that, I just cut everything out with the coordinating dies, and I'm just stamping the sentiment, which is fill the season with warm memories. And I love how this turned out, so I just worked out my placement with the image so I could figure out where my sentiment needs to go. And now I'm bringing in the KRAFT ink by My Favorite Things. This is a dye ink, so I'm using the little leaves and that came in the set. And I'm just gonna stamp that on the background. So I'm using my image as a focal point of where everything I want stamped wise. So I definitely recommend, you could mask this off if you wanted to, but I didn't have the time for that or the energy, to be honest. So I'm just going to stamp the background, and I actually did the envelope as well in the exact same way. So that way it coordinated with it. So when this gets gifted to somebody, I just think it adds a little extra personal touch. And yeah. So I don't know what made me buy this stamp set. I think I was just going through the Dice to Die For sale thing, and you know, this came up and I was like, oh my god, that's totally adorable. So what I tend to do is when I want to purchase a stamp, I generally go onto either Google or YouTube and I type in the name of the stamp that I'm looking at to see how many people have done inspirational videos or photos that could help give me some form of idea of what I could create with that stamp. So this one I actually only found, I think, 2, maybe 3 videos on YouTube using the stamp set, but when I went on Google, there are so many pictures, so I just don't understand that. I kind of think there are more people that do blogs compared to YouTube channels, and in a way I understand it because all you have to do for a blog is write everything out, whereas on YouTube you have to do all the filming, then all the editing, and then uploading. It just takes a while. So yeah, but I love the KRAFT card, so you probably will see me doing a lot more with the KRAFT paper card. So when I first saw this stuff, I wasn't really too keen on it, but my aunt one year made me a Christmas card and I absolutely loved it. So that kind of inspired me to try it again, and then I never actually bought them, and I was like, you know, if I'm only going to create one card with that, I just don't see the point. So I didn't end up buying them, and then I was watching a TV channel on Freeview in the UK, which is called Huchanda, and they were making cards, and I was like, oh my god, I have to try that. So that's one of the reasons I bought the KRAFT. But I wanted to make sure I could buy the KRAFT cards with the envelopes like I would normally do with my white card. So I definitely wanted the exact same measurements and everything as well, because I have CeeLo bags which help with postage and stuff, and I've managed to find these. So these are off eBay. They are from the UK seller, but I guarantee you could type this into your eBay and it'll probably come up with somebody closer to you. But so once I finished stamping the background, I just adhered the image down with some 3D foam adhesive squares, and I also used a bit of multi-matte medium glue. So there's not much to this card realistically if you think about it, but it's definitely a fun little card. Now, one of the sentiments that come in this stamp set is actually, it says thanks for Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the UK. I don't even know like what it entails. So maybe one of you guys could let me know down in the comments what it means and why you celebrate it, because like I noticed a lot of things that you guys do that we don't. I mean, I was watching Delanardi live and he was talking about pumpkin recipes and stuff, and I was like, I've never actually ever thought about buying a pumpkin. I think the only time people in the UK buy pumpkins is to make jack-o'-lanterns and then to smash them. That's the only thing I can think of. And I was like, you know, I don't even know what pumpkin tastes like. No, I don't know what it smells like, anything like that. So, yeah, it was a little bit weird. So, anyways, yabbering on, I do apologize. But I did just buy some wax melts, and one of them is pumpkin spice, so we'll see if I like the smell of that or not. So, yeah. So once I've done all this, like I said, I adhered this down. And I absolutely love my 3D foam adhesive squares. I buy them all the time, and they just help with everything. I know a lot of people use Scotch 3D foam tape, but I just find it quite expensive for what it is. So I tend to buy the small squares, because not a lot of people buy them. And also they work great for like getting in between sentiments and stuff, so I definitely recommend it. So as you can see, I just pulled that up because it wasn't in the right position and it didn't look straight. I always have an issue trying to find things that go straight because with the way I film, it's just hard work. Anyways, as you can see, I'm going to glue these down. So one side is propped up with the 3D foam adhesive square and the other bit is glued to the actual image itself. That way it isn't in a different layout and it doesn't like just fold onto the card and isn't too forward, if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't, but also I apologize if you can hear like a bit of roughness into my voice. I do have a cold and a sore throat coming on, and the first thing I did when I woke up, when I felt like, I was like, oh god, please don't be COVID, please don't be COVID. So I took a COVID test and it came back negative, and I'm like, thank god for that. So it is just the common cold. There is one going around at the moment. So yeah. So once I've done that, I am gonna bring in some white gel pen for some detailing, which is something else I kind of struggle with because sometimes I just have no idea where the highlights are gonna go. But I am learning very slowly. You know, maybe I should see if I can find like a crafting class where they teach you that, but right now I'm just going with what I feel. And this is the image. I think it's so cute. Like, you have no idea how cute this is. So, you just saw me tap my keyboard. Basically, my computer turns itself off onto standby if it's not being used. And, you know, I play music all the time when I'm crafting. Obviously, that gets edited out while I'm on doing a voiceover, because you don't really need to see that. Plus, I'll get copyrighted, and it doesn't need to happen. So I'm just adding some white dots to the scarf. So you could leave it like it was. You could add zigzags or, you know, random shapes. It's up to you. That's something else I've not done either. For the last 2 years, I have not worn my scarf, you know, because it's just not been that cold. I don't think. So it just goes to show that we are heating up, you know? I mean, I was actually looking on Facebook the other day, and one of my newspaper articles come up, and it's like, oh, we're going to have a heat wave in October. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, UK is known for cold weather, and at the moment, we're not getting it. But anyways, I brought in some Rainbow Sparkles by Little Things by Lucy's, and as you can see, I am running out of my multi-matte medium glue. But I brought out all the orange gems in this set just to coordinate with the card. I didn't want them to stand out too much. And I'm sorry if you can hear somebody sewing. It's my neighbor. He always waits till I edit. So, but yeah. I also bring in my STELLA pen, just to add some sparkle to the card. I didn't want to add too much because I didn't want to take away from anything. So I did just add STELLA to the leaf and the edges of the pumpkin. And it definitely adds something. Also, something great about this card is the fact with the background, when you place this card far away, you cannot see the background, you only see the little girl image. And I think that's hilarious, and I was like, oh my god, why is that not showing up? And then I realized, oh, it's because it blends into the background so well that you cannot see it. So, that is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And also let me know down in the comments if you have anything that you do with a pumpkin. Do you make, like, any sort of recipe, or do you do jack-o'-lanterns, or, you know, all that sort of stuff? So let me know down in the comments. I know I've heard of pumpkin pie, never tried it. You know, pumpkin soup, never tried it. So you'll have to let me know down in the comments what you guys do with pumpkins. But otherwise, guys, that is it for the video. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And go over to my Instagram, follow me over there. And if you're a card maker in the UK, there is also a Facebook group you guys can join. And I'll talk to you guys next time. So stay safe and happy crafting.